Hey guys, welcome to BP, the Bible Perspective. I want to share a few thoughts on this police shooting out of Columbus, Georgia. And if you believe in self-defense and stand your ground, then these are something you need to consider when you form an opinion about this shooting. Now, before we get into it, please like and share this video and subscribe to BP, the Bible Perspective. And as always, if you have a thought or comment, add it to the comment section below. All comments are welcome. You know, we've had a rash of police shootings just since the Derek Chauvin verdict. And maybe because we live in an age of cell phone video, we're capturing more of them. Now, to be sure, we can't paint all police shootings with the same brush. There are different situations and circumstances, different municipalities, different locations. So all of these things, you have to take police shootings on a case-by-case basis, literally. But there is a disturbing factor that seems to go coast to coast in America. That when police respond to African Americans, it seems that there's only one course for them: shoot to kill. Now, on the other hand, you could have white people that exhibit the same behavior, and it is not met with a shoot to kill resolve. Ma'Khia Bryant was shot by the police. If you see the video, and by now people have seen it, you can see my picture, the thumbnail here. What you see is a black woman wielding a knife. There's some things we need to examine, because the narrative so far is she's a unruly maniac wielding a knife, and the police had to shoot her in order to save the other person's life. So already you have some who want to demonize her. Now, on the other hand, you have those who want to make her a saint. I think both extremes are wrong, okay? People will say, you know, she was the most peaceful person. Well, she was wielding a knife. But the problem is that, did she deserve to die? So let's back up, and this is some things we need to consider. For example, was she the aggressor? Was she the attacker? You see, that seems to be the kind of narrative there. Now, the other story, and I don't hear a lot of this narrative being pushed, was that she wasn't the aggressor and the attacker, but she was defending herself. That the 911 call that dispatched the officer there was Ma'Khia herself calling to say, hey, they're jumping me. When the police officer came, he didn't assess who was what. He just immediately shot. Now, his thing was she was wielding a knife, and that maybe he was going to stab the other person, and that he had to act. Now, I will admit, and it's very easy for me to be an armchair quarterback and not being a trained cop who had to experience that moment. I'm going to concede out of my element. I'm out of my element here. Here's the problem I want to show you, however, but let's look at the other side of this. He is a trained police officer. So yeah, more assessment should have probably been made. And this is why. If she was the victim, if she was calling the police because people were fighting, I can tell you, having children and grandchildren, that these situations are happen more frequently, where you have girls getting into fights, even coming to your home wanting to fight. I mean, unruly. What would you do? And if that's the case, and she was calling 911 to say, yeah, get the police over here because I'm being jumped. Not only was she being jumped by girls, but there were adults that were involved in this melee. And if that's the case, doesn't this make this about defense? Remember, George Zimmerman. And here's the strange thing about George Zimmerman. He got off of murdering Trayvon Martin. Remember back in 2014. He got away with murdering a grown man, murdering a teenager, out of circumstances he created. And he used a stand your ground law defense. In other words, once Trayvon started attacking him, he was in his rights to defend. Now here's my point, and I'm going to say this. We need to confirm this reality or points or facts. Was she defending herself? Was she being attacked and then she retaliated with a knife? Because if so, doesn't that make this self-defense? And that changes the whole game, doesn't it? And I will again reiterate, this needs to be confirmed, because this is a game changer if that is true. Look, that's my perspective. And as always, if you have a thought or comment, add it to the comment section below. And don't forget to like and share this video and subscribe to BP, The Bible Perspective. Till next time, I'll see you then.